Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday the 11th of February. We've got some new mods. We've got a couple of updates. One very important one, and well, they're both important, I guess, as I look at it. So the guaranteed crop prices by Disturbed Simulations has had an update. That was causing a conflict with the liftable pallets and bales pack by Yoss. So if you were finding some of your pallets, you couldn't now pick them up. So the guaranteed crop prices has had an update. You'll need to uninstall your previous version, reinstall the new one. I'm sure it does say in there as well that, or when I spoke to Disturbed earlier today, he said any pallets you've already got on your map may still remain heavy, but any new ones that then spawn should be okay. We've also got the Multifruit buying station by 82 Studio, which we're actually going to have a look at because there's been an addition to this, which I think is important to have a quick look at. But that's the updates. We've also got a new map out today, and the final pack on this mod review is related to the map, and that's Pallegney by MA7 Studios, and we've got the Pallegney buildings pack, which is a required mod for that map. I'll get onto the map tour. What time is it now? Yeah, probably tomorrow morning because it's getting quite late, to be fair. So on with the mods. So I'm going to start with this in front of us, and this is the Multifruit silo by 82 Studio. We've got, well, I'll show you different options on these. If we go up to our containers and scroll down, this is where you'll find them normally. So we've got this version here, which is your discounted version. The standard version is that one, Multifruit buying station real, 2,500, and you can get that no problem at all. And that's what we had previously. Then you've got this one, a bit more expensive. That's discounted, so you can get all the same stuff at 60% off the market price. If you want cheaper stuff, that's great. This is what's been added in, the multi-purpose buying station, which is 25,500. And this one has not only got the buy point, which is here, it's got a sell point attached to it, which is here, and it's got a pallet buy point, so basically the warehouse. So this is the warehouse mod, as well as loose material, a sell point, and then our pallet point, which is just here, and they are considerably cheaper than the base game alternatives, I should say. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. I was just looking because planks, I think, are 3,000 something. Planks long from the main one are 5,000 something, so it is cheaper to buy your palleted items from here should you wish to do so. So that has had an update by 82 Studio. So the first of the mods, not an update, is this. And we have the Placeable gas station pump by MacTrucker921, 1.38 megabytes download, 3 slots, 2,500 to purchase, drive up alongside and refill on your fuel. You'll find this under build mode, and I think this was tools, if I recall. Just there, 2,500. No options for customization or anything. You get it just like that, so you can set up your own gas station with multiple pumps, or just one on your farm, or whatever you want to do. It's entirely up to you. That's the Placeable gas station pump by MacTrucker921. Actually, what I'm going to do, we'll go to this one next. So this is, if I can find it, the Small Container Workshop. This is by Nico M. It is 0.74 megabytes download, 13 slots, 5,000 to purchase. This you'll also find on build mode and tools. Now, as far as workshops go, I'm having to check these now, and I have checked them with a vehicle. This one has the option to repaint, but stop. This has the option to repair, not repaint. So a lot of the ones that are placeables don't. The main sort of ones on the maps do, but I am checking them now just to make sure, because obviously there are some addendums, amendments to that rule. So there it is under tools, and there's your container workshop for $5,000. There was no customization option for color on this. It comes as it is, but it doesn't take up a lot of space, not too expensive, so nice little workshop to have. So that's by Nico M. Next we've got the double door garage, Vanquish 081 and Pisty, 11.07 megabytes download, 14 slots, 48,000 to purchase. This does have a workshop in it as well, although you will find it under sheds, not under tools. So I wasn't expecting to have a workshop actually, but there you go, 48,000. No color options, customization options. It comes in these colors. As you can see, double door. It does have a ramp that leads up to it, so depending on where you place it, the ramp actually does extend a fair way, and some parking bays out the front. If we come inside here, we have got, where was the light switch? Just over here. Our light switch is here. I do like the fact as well that the windows all around are kind of tinted, So from the inside and the outside, you've got a bit of a tint. But this one, I did check with the vehicle, this does have the option to repaint and repair your vehicle. So like the main shop point on the map, fairly large building. Both gates closed at the same time. Like so. Handy. That's the double door garage by Vanquish 081 and Pisty. Next we've got the garage with vehicle workshop. This is by Mac Trucker 921, just here. This is 15.94 megabytes download, 41 slots, 106,000 plus, I will say on this. This does have a workshop inside, just here. Triple garage and our workshop triggers in here. This one is only for repair, not for repaint. As you can see, we do have an option for colours, and we have got solar panels on the roof. Now, again, no idea, and you know, the problem is because I've got test maps and I've got various different things, and when I'm doing mod reviews, the solar panels, it doesn't say what you'll earn from the solar panels, but you've got a double option on these. Definitely under sheds. There it is. The garage with vehicle workshop mod. So there's your 106 grand base version. We swing that around so our garage doors are to the front. I mean, they don't have to be, put them wherever, however you want. Then we do customise. So we've got solar panel, small at the back. If we go big, it does both. But that adds 75,500 onto the price. Puts it up there. And then we've got colour options like this, and we can fiddle around with whatever we want, and that will change all of that to whatever colour you fancy. But there is the workshop inside as well. There we go. That's the garage with vehicle workshop by Mac Trucker 921. Round behind that, we've got the wooden storage shed, which is just here. Now, this is Bale and pallet storage. This is by Fra-Cassés modding. It is 7.29 megabytes download, 7 slots, and will hold 500 items. This is under... Now, again, I'm going to have to double check this because I think this was... I wrote down silos. Yes, it's got to be silos because it's storage, isn't it? Yes, it was right at the bottom, I remember now. Just there, 15 grand, bale and pallet storage, 500 pieces. There were no customization options, you get it just as it is. Nicely made, nicely detailed. Has a bit of weathering on there. Putting in is done on this hazard marked area here. If you have got that enabled, obviously if it's not enabled you won't see this point, but you might want to put those on so you can see initially. Then out at the end here is where you've got your dialog box for taking out whatever you want, and it takes it out on the far end to be collected and taken away. So that's the first of, we've got quite a few storages today. That's the wooden storage shed by Fra-Cassés modding. Next we've got this. I like this. I'm sure we had a lot of these by ikas. This is Patty and ikas, but the ikas ones, we had a lot of them on FS22, and I remember this one having the big windows down the side, which I quite liked at the time. This is the big metal shed, 6.04 megabytes download, 13 slots, 125,000 to purchase. R3 for our customization. As you can see, we can change the colour of the walls, front and out towards the back. Double doors here. If we come inside, our light switch was just here. Lights on and off. Like I say, all of these buildings are big, they're airy. Because they're all white, sort of their insulations and the walls, with the lighting on, they're really bright, and I like that. And I do like that window down the side with the plant pots, flower pots on the outside, which is pretty cool. Double door at the other end. Build mode and sheds is where you'll find this. Just there, 125 grand, and I mean, I don't need to. Do I need to go through all the colour options? The colour options are the palette you would expect to get, and you can fiddle around changing those, and it will change the portions of the building, as I've already said, that you can see like so. Very nice. That's the big metal shed by Patty and ikas. Next we've got the system hall, which is this. Another fairly large building. We've got a small door, and you need to go in through the small door to open the large door because you don't get the option to open it. So we come in here. So depending which way around you've placed it, we've got one door on the end, he says. Where's me? There we go. Open gate. There we go. Then we've got a triple door to the side there. Got these concrete sections in the middle, so you can, you can put anything you like in there. Bales, vehicles, you can pile crops up. It's entirely up to you. And our lighting was over here by the door, if I recall. Just here. There's our shed lights. This again, under build mode and sheds is where you'll find it. just there, 150 grand. Did I say the rest of the system hall? 17.58 megabytes download. No, I didn't. 17.58, 8 slots, 150 grand. User 555, this is By, and we have got customization options. You can see from the green on the side, that is what can be customized. So if we click on that and then click customize, at the moment it's a creamy color. If I do that, there we go. Like so. So that's the system haul by user 555. Now we've got the BigBag tanks. I like these. So these are the refillable tanks we get on various different maps and from various different modders. But these are done as the bags and the IBCs themselves. I think it adds a little bit of an immersion to that. I mean, you could have this at a main store. You could put them in, providing it will allow you to place things at a main store. And there's a whole selection, a whole pack of these. So the BigBag tank, 14.1 megabytes download by Piesel. These are 4s, 2s, and a 12 slot. All of these bagged ones are 4 slots. These smaller ones here are 2 slots, and then the one on the end there, which does everything, is 12 slots. Now, we've got 30,000 and 40,000 litre options. I think I went for the 40,000 litre on each. So each of these is an individual, so we can refill the silo, and it actually works out for the literage. It's actually like 989 for 1,000 litres. It's cheaper than buying the palleted base game versions if you want to do it like that. But you can go all the way up to, filling up. I've already got 1,000 litres of seed in here. But that one will only do seed. This one here will only do solid fertiliser. That one will only do lime. Then we've got our herbicide and we've got our liquid fertiliser. So they will only do those particular ones. And the prices are pretty good. Then this one out here on the end will do all of them. This goes up to 40,000 litres, I think this one was. Yeah, 40,000. So we've got liquid fertiliser, pig food, solid fertiliser, road salt, silage additive, wheat, seed, lime, herbicide, oat, mineral feed. So a bit of everything. Actually, I don't know. Let's try something, shall we? Let's go mineral feed and let's put in 1,000 litres. Click on it again. Let's go to oat and put in 2,000 litres. Yeah, so we can have multiple things there at the same time. That's pretty cool. So you can buy that and have a silo. So you might want to have all your things for feeding your animals. You might have all your things for doing your field prep. So you might have one of these with a bit of everything all thrown in. So these you'll find under build mode. These are under containers. And we start there. So as you can see, that one says 40,000 litre. That one says 30,000 litre. The price is exactly the same. It's 500 regardless. So considering the price is the same, I would say go for the larger one. The sizes are the only thing I guess is different because that's 3 rows deep, the other one's 4 rows deep, but the width is exactly the same. So okay, I suppose it depends on space. So come off there. So then we've got our fertilizer ones, then our lime, then our storage tank. That's for our herbicide, that's for our liquid fertilizer. Then the multi one is just there. Again, 500, so not too expensive at all really, and then you just fill it up as you need it. I like those. They're very handy bits of kit. That's the BigBag tank by Piesel. Next, we've got the Bale storage pack. This is an interesting one in that they're all individual. They're individual because we've got different styles. There's different brickworks available. We've got a double one, which is 2 of these sections, and we've got a triple. The doubles are 250. And the triples are 550, but these only do bales, and it's another one of those ones where, I mean, it does, don't get me wrong, it does say Bale storage pack. Quite straightforward, isn't it? 84.53 megabytes download this pack. Maddog design, this is By. They're all 10 slots. I think they're all 10 slots. Putting in is done here, and if we open the door here, we do have lighting, turn on our lights, open the door. I mean, you can see why the slot count's fairly high on these, but there's our dialogue box on the inside here, so you can pick what you want to take out of it. And that will come out in the other box over there. Again, if you've got these switched on, if not, it will just look as it does. But these you'll find under silos. And as I said, we've got a few different options. So these are all the same price. These are the 250s. So it comes down to a different style in brickwork. So you've got that one, then that one, that one, that one, and then that one. And then for 77,500, you've got the 550 piece, little bit lower, but a little bit longer. And like I say, these only do bales, although it does say this building can be used to store your bales and pallets. It does say bale storage large, bale storage pack. And I couldn't get them to take any pallets, so it is just bale storage. Although, I thought I put 2 bales in there. Maybe only 1. I was thinking, where's the bale gone? I think I might only put 1 in there in the first place. Anyway, that's the bale storage pack by Maddog Design. Behind that, we've got this. These 2 are representative of the rest of the pack. So this is the Smoothwall Hopper Bin Pack by Bcbuhler. 20.3 megabytes download. These are 4s and 5s. These will hold 1 crop each. So you can't put multiple crops in these. There are different sizes, and you've got slightly different designs on these. That one's a more, I think one was more cream coloured and one was more white. That being said, I find it difficult. I think they look almost exactly the same to me. I know that that's not going to be the case. I know the silo enthusiasts out there will be fuming with comments such as that. But if we go into our silos and we come down to here, so 17 grand, we've got that one there, 114,450 litres. 23 grand for 144,060. That one is 29 grand for 173,670. 36 grand for 203,280 litres. And then we come to the, so these are all in the 16 series, 16, 15, 16, 20, 16, 25, 16, 30. Then we come to the 18s. So I think it might be the diameters. It's the diameters, isn't it? I'm sure it is. And then we come on to the 18. So 18, 15, 18, 20, 18, 25, and 18, 30. Now, slightly different capacities on each one, obviously depending on the size. These, you will need to have an auger to put into the top, and you will need an auger to take out at the bottom. What we do have, though, and it's pretty cool, if you look at the top there, the hopper bin is closed. I like this. This is really cool. So you actually open the hopper bin, which normally you get an automatic sort of thing on some of them, or it just pulls through the lid, but you actually open the hopper bin, which is cool. And then we've got a fan, so if you need to dry stuff down, you can turn the fan on. There's a bit of a delay. Pretty cool. So we go back into here. It does say this silo can store all base game crops, seed, lime and fertiliser. You also need an auger or conveyor for this silo, and I'm sure it said in the description you can only put 1 crop type in each one. So there you go. If that style of hopper bin is something that's used around your area and you particularly like it, crack on. That's the Smoothwall Hopper Bin Pack by Bcbuhler. Next we've got these over here. This is the Harrows by Puszkap. It is 7.54 megabytes download. There are 2. They're 4 slots each. We've got a 3 metre and a 5 metre. There's 2 different options, so I've gone for one of each because I'm not sure what each one does. Interestingly, though, I could only get these to hook up onto the rear 3-point. Now, admittedly, yes, they're dragged. You drag them. But what I'll often do if I'm bringing stuff out on the farm or for mod reviews, things like this that go on the 3-point that aren't trailed, I'll put one on the front, one on the back and bring them out together and then prep for my thing. But I could not get these to attach to the front 3-point. I tried on 2 or 3 different tractors. They wouldn't hook up. Only on the rear, which I suppose makes sense, really, when you think about it. These you will find under cultivators. So there's our 5 metre for 800, and there's our 3 metre for 550. So not too expensive at all. Options are the same on both. We have got harrow or seeding harrow. So I've got the larger one in harrow and the smaller one in seeding harrow, because I was curious. Tyres, yes or no, to add a bit of extra weight. Main colour does that, and then design colour does the bottom bit. And I think, did I go for a metallic? I can't remember now. I don't think it changed anything, but you have got the options to do that on there as well. And then the same with the 5 metre, same options. Yeah, very low horsepower, 25 and 31, I think it is. So what we'll do, I think this one I went for the normal, so we'll unfold that. We'll lower it down. This one just said harrow. And it's doing that. What I'm going to do is raise that, fold it. You watch this work now. You watch it hook up to the front. Prove me wrong. No, see, it won't hook up to the front 3-point. Curious, I don't think I've encountered that before. So that's the standard Harrow, and then this one's the seeding Harrow. And like I said, I don't know. There might not be any difference at all, but we might see. This one doesn't unfold because it's quite narrow anyway. Ah. So that's not cultivating. There's no other options for a seeding unit. I wonder, how does that act as a roller? So once you've done your seeding, does it roll? Let's see if it'll work on this without any weeds. I'm curious. Yeah, potentially that's acting as maybe a roller. I would say though, if you've got a crop in the ground, let's see whether we've got a crop in the ground. Got to be careful. I don't want to make a sweeping statement and say, oh yeah, it's a roller. And then you go and, because it will cultivate up your crop, won't it? Surely it will. No. Weeder maybe? That's curious. Doesn't say weeder, and we've got weeds here. It's not doing anything behind you. There are large weeds, to be fair. Well, there you go. That's the difference between the two. If it twere me, and it twiz, I would go for the standard, not the seeding one. But that's only because I'm not sure what exactly it does. It doesn't say in the description. Let me just double check that. Harrows. Nope. Soil cultivation. Cultivators. That's all it says. And nothing on the images either. But anyway, there you go. That's the Harrows by Puszkap. Next we've got the screw conveyor, which is just here, which will pick things up from the ground and put them into trailers, or put them into another pole a little bit further along. Whatever you want to do with it. That's by Piesel, 4.61 megabytes download and 4 slots. You will find this under belt systems. Just there, £2,000. We've got standard, and we've got charging hopper. So if you want to put into the hopper rather than have it pick up from the floor, you can. That's up to you. We've got 5 metre or 6.5 metre. Those are our two length options. Main colour does the pipe. Design colour does the bit at the top where the motor is. Let's go pink so it stands out a bit. Then we've got our design colour, does the chassis, the framework, I guess. Let's go for white so you can see it so it stands out a bit. There you go. And we've got an option to change our rim colour as well. Now, I'm pretty sure one of them, is it standard or... Oh, there you go. The hopper option's got 3,000 litre capacity, so you can fill that hopper up if you want to. So, if we come out of there, we can get into it. So you can turn it on and you can drive it, so you can move it. Sorry, I had it already turned on. We can drive it forwards and backwards, and we can turn it, so we can adjust it wherever we want to. We do have the option to fold it. So at the moment, we have got it on, the hitch is out, so for trailing it behind a tractor or something like that. So we can unfold the conveyor belt, puts that away. We have got the option to raise and lower. Like so, raise and lower the crane arm. And then what we'll do is turn on conveyor belt, and there you go. Now that's obviously unloading straight into a trailer. If you want to unload it onto the ground, if you want to move something from one spot to another or whatever you want to do, it's entirely up to you. You just do unload here. It does have the option for that. But as you can see, it's working very nicely. So what I didn't show was across the bottom there are all the crop types that will pick up and run. So it's picking up from the floor, which is always jolly helpful, I find. You can probably run that actually. This will run out on a silage clamp as well. So when your clamp has, because it does show silage along there, that when your clamp is compacted, you could use this to take everything out of the clamp rather than to keep using shovels and that kind of stuff if you wanted to. Let's turn off the conveyor belt. Oh, there we go. It was just taking a while to run out, I think. There we go. So there we have it. That is the screw conveyor by Piesel. Next we've got this over here. This is the Lizard 3-point hitch transport box by 76 Max, 2.94 megabytes download. It is 2 slots. You'll find it under the miscellaneous section, not in there, just there. And it's that one there. 1,900, 2,000 litre capacity. It does have tension straps as well, so you can put logs on it. You can put pallets and bags and stuff like that as well. I'll show that in just a moment. As you can see from the two different colours there, our main colour does the blue bit on the front and the rest of the attachments, like so. And then the chassis colour does the rest. Metallics are available should you want to go metallica. And obviously, I keep always saying that, there's the matte options too. So, come out there, start the engine. We can raise and lower it automatically. We can fold the tipper, which does that. So if you want to put a bale or a IBC or a pallet or something in, you can, and it has got the tension straps, as you can see. But it does also have the 2,000 litre capacity, so you can fill it up with whatever, if you're feeding chickens or, I don't know, sometimes your horses or something like that. And then when you want to unload it, unload here, and it will do that to unload, which I suppose you could do with small logs as well if you wanted to, because it will do it regardless. It doesn't have to have anything in it. Very handy bit of kit, that. And again, nice and straightforward. Lovely job. That's the Lizard 3-point hitch transport box by 76 Max. Next, we have a pack, and it's the Pallegney Buildings Pack by MA7 Studio, 65.34 megabytes download. There's a few different items within this pack. We'll start with this. There are 3 that come under the silos section. So this is like a multi-use shed, and it does have bale and pallet capacity, and it does do bales and pallets, not just bales. And then you've got storage for vehicles and bales or whatever you want to do. I'm going to say bales would be a bit daft having bale and pallet storage, then putting bales to one side. But you've got a concrete wall, so you can pile up crops if you want to, or just put vehicles, machinery and equipment in the side of it if you wish. This one is 26 slots, 1,450 bales and pallets can be housed, and it's 42,500 to purchase. Bale and pallet storage, putting in is done here, and then taking out is done just here. Pick what you want, click on it, and it will take it out and put it just over there. I'll show you all of these in the build mode in just a second. I have to say, this pack, the level of detail with the weathering and stuff on them, cracking. It's pretty good. Next to that, we have got a silage clamp. So, the clamp is 5 slots. It is 15,000 to purchase. I have put some stuff in it. There is no bleeding at all through the walls, which is very nice indeed. That is 200,000 litres. So I reckon you're going to be looking at probably knocking on 1 million, 200,000 from maybe 1 million litres, maybe just under, which is pretty cool. And then we've got this here, which is also under silos. Now, this is the wood shed, which is 12 slots. This is 1,500 bales and pallets this will hold, and I've got bales and pallets in there, just there. We do have a customization option, as you can, well, I don't know if you can see, but the roof is red. We'll see when we go into our flight mode in just a moment. Putting in is done here, and taking out is done over there. So whilst this is just bales and pallets, that one is more of a multifunctional shed. Behind that, we have got a water tower. We'll have a look at that as well in just a moment. The water tower is 6 slots. Once placed, it does charge you, though. When you come to get your water, it will charge you. So let's look at those first. Let's go into our build mode. Under our silos then. So, starting there, 42,500 is the multifunctional shed, just there. For 15 grand, we've got the bunker silo silage clamp just there. And then just there, for 32 grand, we've got the wood shed. If you go to place the wood shed and then press customize, we can change the colour of our roof to anything you want, like so. So that's the customization option on that. We come out of there and we go across the top and we go to our, this was containers as well, wasn't it? Again, I'm asking you, but yeah, it should be. There you go. Water tower, 8 grand for the water tower, and it will charge you for the water once placed. Now, what we also have in this pack is a dairy, and we have the cow stalling. So big cow pen. We'll have a look at them in here first. The dairy is under factories, 13 slots. And what's interesting about this, let's go and have a look. This is a large dairy, but at small dairy prices. Exactly, 36 grand. So you're getting small production price for large production cycles, which is quite handy. So there's your dairy, 36 grand. And we come down to our animals and our cows, just there for 130 grand. Now this says 50, that's the base version, because once placed, you have got the option to customize your fencing, make it whatever size you want, and have the meadow grass in it as well, if you want to. This one didn't have a customization option. I don't think it did for roofing. I'm getting that a lot. Cannot place fence here. But anyway, let's click on that. Do I want to add the fencing? No. Do I want that? No. I'm just curious to see. No, there's no option for colour or anything like that. So you can place it just as it is, and that will do 50. But we have placed more than, shall we just say that. So yeah, this is a big building, let's be honest, for the dairy. It's quite a large building, but it is interesting that, but it is cheap as chips. And I did put the standard one in as well, just to make sure. Putting in is done here and over there, because you can put sugar in to do chocolate too. Our top one is our dairy. So if you look at our recipe there, buffalo milk, it says 144 cycles per month, which is down there. Recipe is a 10 to 20. The base game one, just there, again, buffalo milk, go across, it's 14.4 with a 10 to 20. So we are getting, like I say, we're getting large facility cycles per month for small facility prices. Although it is a very large building, but we are still getting small facility capacity. That's the only downside I will say with this. For such a large building, what you can put in it is minuscule. It's a very, very small amount. So that's something to be aware of for your ins and outs. Yeah, very small capacity. So again, but yeah, it's there. It's part of the pack, and there you go. So our cow stalling just over here. Our manure is going to appear here. Now, I'm making an extrapolation on that. It doesn't say it does. And we've got all this straw. Now, this isn't putting in, but we have got a trigger. So I think the manure will. What I might do, what I am going to do, I'll skip ahead just at the very end. Like I say, the base version says it holds 50. Our doors do open, like so. Bedding and feed. Well, feed is done along this trough down here at the front. What I have also noticed, and I don't like to knock modders. That's not like what I do. But look, the fencing, they're just going wherever they want. For one, I haven't had a single cow come inside the building yet. So when I put the feed in, normally you get them, so they'll come in or whatever. But I haven't had a single animal come inside the building, which is and sort of loses a bit of immersion for me, I feel. This door opens and we have got a gateway. This is where your bedding goes in. So feed on the front, bedding here. Dialogue box, and with that pen that I put in, we're up to 155. So the base game version, or the standard version is 50. Increase the pen size, you can go up from there. So we're on 155 in this one. Our milk point is just here. Doors do open, we can come inside, which is very nice. And then we've got our slurry point just here. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It's an odd one, really. But again, nicely made, nicely detailed. I like the decorative detailing on it. Where was the light switch? Where was the light switch? I could have sworn I found it. Is it just there? I'm not getting the option for the light switch. Oh, there it is. Turn on shed lights. There we go. So what I'm going to do is speed up time momentarily. What I'll do is go back to the farmhouse, skip ahead an hour, and hopefully we should get some manure in here, because that's the only thing I can think that's going to be here. If we go into here and we go up to our animal pens, you'll see them all in there. Straws in, Thermix rations in, milk and buffalo milk, so I've got both cows in there, and slurry. It doesn't mention manure, but that does look like a manure heap to me. And there we have it, built-in manure heap. As you can see, we've got the manure along there in a row. And bottom right, it should say manure at the bottom of that list. It does say manure, so we have a built-in manure heap on this pen. That is the Pallegney Buildings Pack by MA7 Studio. Like I said, by the time I got this edited up, I'll probably get onto the map tour tomorrow morning. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.